Inventive structural systems are the linchpin of many great buildings, but there'd be no need for advanced systems without imagination. Architects are creative, and that's why buildings don't all look the same. The 20th century has been especially innovative, and it all began, in many ways, with the modern movement. The term refers to a new direction in arts and architecture in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. It was then that artists and architects found a unique voice in reaction to the Industrial Revolution by questioning traditional ways of thinking, making, and living. The modern movement marked the dawn of radical change and a search by artisans for a new aesthetic, one free of the past with roots in simplicity. Buildings were undressed, distilled, and abstracted, and abstraction is at the core of the modern movement. An abstraction is the essence of something, a simplified representation. To abstract is to subjectively transform by stripping away the superfluous. Abstract painters like Picasso, Matisse, Klee, Kandinsky, and Boccioni took real subjects and ideas and simplified them to their most basic elements. With modernism, painters simplified their subject matter, and architects made building elements more primitive. That is, they left the bare-bones essentials. Modernists stripped ornament from their work and therefore the meaning associated with it. Interestingly, about 100 years before the modern movement took hold, an architect named Etienne Louis Boulle began to see architecture like no one before him. He used symmetry and classicism as an anchor, but dreamed of a new kind of architecture on a massive, austere scale, one that was traditional, minimal, and moving toward the abstract. By the beginning of the 20th century, abstraction was to emerge with power in Germany, with examples like Peter Behrens' AEG Turbine Factory, Walter Gropius and Adolf Meyers' Shoe Factory, and the Glass Pavilion by Bruno Taut. And in France, Swiss-French architect Le Corbusier was perfecting the modern style. His Villa Savoie, completed in 1931, is a notable example of abstraction. His columns became simple, undecorated, functional elements that held up the building. They were called pilotis. Stairs were replaced with ramps, and individual windows became strips of glass called ribbon windows. Adolf Loos distilled his buildings down to austere geometric shapes, and Walter Gropius founded the Bauhaus, a school for modernism in Germany. His work, including the building in Dessau finished in 1926, was stripped down and bare, stucco, concrete, and massive areas of glass.